my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the power that is inside. Pokemon.
In the early 2000s, like many, I used to download random games off of the internet. Mostly, there was this site in my home country that every cool kid would download their pirated/demo games off of. Now, I'm not gonna say the name of the website since it is still up and the downloads are archived. In the event that multiple people end up going there, I don't want to cause the site to be taken offline or anything, since it was a major part of my PC adventures as a child. I wasn't even going to make this specific video at first. This video was supposed to be about that very site and how much fond memories I have of it. While downloading some old games and getting footage, I remembered something. There was a game that I downloaded from my uncle's old Windows XP computer back in the day that I have not seen being talked about before, or I haven't seen any footage of it on the internet. It was an old early 2000s Pokemon game that was so off-putting as a child, it made me scared playing it. Even though there is nothing necessarily scary/horror-esque about it. And yes, I managed to find the game. And what I discovered is that there's actually a second entry to this game that I would argue is somewhat even more eerie than the first one. Pokemon PC, or Pokemon the Game, is a fan-made project made in 2004. And as if the game itself wasn't creepy enough, the creator of the game named their company/organization Spirited Technology. This drew my attention even more, since I feel like this might be a deliberate way to name your company or an organization. The game itself is very basic, it has very few functionalities, and feels kind of liminal. It feels kind of empty, and that something could just happen at every moment. It feels so empty, yet there is some feeling that something just might happen at every second. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a really odd feeling. It kind of reminds me of the modern liminal space/ARG phenomenon that the Zoomers use nowadays to describe something eerie or in an unexplainable way unsettling. The first game starts off right away after launching the game. You're in a small town square with a Poke Center and a Poke Shop, where you can buy things such as potions to heal your Pokemon, anti-poison potions, and Pokeballs. You're given 1500 gold to purchase what you want, most likely since this is a test build that maybe was never supposed to be released. And for some reason the salesman's picture is a Vegeta. On top of the square, you have a nursing center for the Pokemon where you can heal your wounded pets. Although Nurse Joy looks awfully traumatized and off-putting for some reason. Probably those big-ass eyes. Other buildings in the area are locked and sadly you cannot enter them. Maybe in the full game this would have been explorable. Also, a side note before we move on to the next part. I don't know if it was intentional or this is just a bug occurring in the game due to data corruption. If you die in the second level before going into the third one, the game's graphics and textures will fall apart and flash white. It will get gradually more and more white, and the game starts to get washed out the more you die. At first this scared the shit out of me when I first played it. I was sure to see some kind of a jump scare or some really fucked up thing happening at any second. Moving on to the next area. The music starts playing in a high dinging tone. It's a kind of eerie music that for some reason makes you feel really uneasy, even though it's supposed to be happy. The landscape is bare with only few trees scraping by the camera every few seconds. On the top of the level you can see an Entei guarding a tunnel. Walking towards it you cannot interact with the Pokemon. It just stands there without any animations. Kind of weird. Going past Entei into the tunnel, you will simply get a message, "Oops, don't go this way yet." I wonder what that's all about. Moving on. Going to the left of the map reveals an opening in the wall where you can walk into. A new area loads and you're in what looks like a seaside section. On the top there's the same Poke Center and Nurse Joy again. She informs us to go talk to Jenny at the docks. Now I didn't even remember, but Jenny is the cop from the series. Also, there's a Diglett. Going down the docks, we can see Jenny standing next to a Pokédex center and a bench, looking like she's seen better days. Talking to Jenny, she tells us that a thief has stolen a Togepi from a red-headed gym leader, whoever that is, and that her Entei, the one we saw before, followed them into a bridge route. Before we head back, I'm going to buy some Pokeballs from Vegeta. After massacring a few Pokemon at the green block, we head into the tunnel. After this, we spawn into a new area with the aforementioned bridge and the sign reading information in fucking massive letters. Walking forwards, we see Jenny again. For some reason, she introduces herself to us as if we've never met, which gave me a pretty weird feeling considering we just talked before the last level load. She informs us that there's a Pokemon thief roaming around and that I should watch out for other trainers on the bridge ahead, as if that would be in some way of a danger to me. Walking across the cracked bridge, at first we encounter a trainer with black pants and a cap. He challenges us to a Pokemon duel with his Psyduck. This can easily be beaten with a Pikachu and by using Thunderbolt, really just electricity against water. His second Pokemon also is a water Pokemon called Staryu. That also, being a water Pokemon, just gets one tapped by choosing Lightning Bolt. And the third Pokemon, also Squirtle, gets double tapped by Lightning Bolt. That's pretty much it. He gives us $100 for beating his Pokemon as a reward, and we continue forward. Walking in the central area of the bridge, there is an oddly massive no jumping sign. I wonder if it's been a problem before, since you rarely need that massive of signs. After that, we bump into our second opponent, his first Pokemon being a Cyndaquil, which can be easily beaten with a Psyduck if you get one. I got one from the start of the game, so I was just able to use the water cannon easily, and it just pretty much dies in one hit. That's pretty much it. His second Pokemon is a fucking Entei, and that at first, on my first playthrough, it just like double tapped me and double tapped all my Pokemon, and I couldn't do shit because I was stun locked in a turn-based combat when he had always 2 turns, when I had 1 for some reason. I don't know what that was all about, but I wiped the floor with his ass on the second one. His third Pokemon is also a Cyndaquil again. I don't know why, but he also just gets one tapped by Psyduck. The last trainer on the bridge is a live copy of fucking Steve Irwin. He is a plant-based Pokemon, which are pretty easy to beat with a coughing, since no plant can withstand an industrial waste machine. Actually, he has one different Pokemon as his last Pokemon, which is an Electrode, but it's not that strong. You could beat it easily if you just play the game for a bit. After passing the bridge, we load into a new area with another Poke Center, and Joy again just staring at us with those blank eyes that makes me so uncomfortable you don't even know it. There's also a weird thing that happens a lot faster than on other levels. Maybe it's just the fact that the soundbite because the soundbite for this level is a lot shorter, but the music stops really quickly and the game is dead quiet. Talking to Joy, she greets us again as if she's never met us, which is starting to kind of worry me, as if none of these people have any memory of our last conversation. The area is mostly empty, but I did notice one thing. There is this one spot shadow on the ground, as if there's supposed to be something, or something is under the level. This kind of shadow does not occur anywhere else in the game, so it kind of drew my attention. Moving to the cave ahead, we load into a maze-like area with an uncomfortably dark atmosphere and a weirdly happy background music that you would expect on previous levels. After fighting a million pop-up Pokemon that appear on this level, in the end, there's Jessie before a black void. She has the aforementioned Togepi that Jenny was talking about. Talking to Jessie, she says, "Prepare for trouble, prepare for trouble, twerp." This Togepi belongs to Team Rocket now, and after that she challenges us to a fight. After this, a coughing fight begins. After beating their signature coughing, you are placed against a Wobbuffet, which wipes the fucking floor with me, and I spawn back into the last checkpoint. For some reason, I am unable to go back in the maze after my second death. I was able to load back in via checkpoint, but it seems it's almost impossible to win this battle with these Pokemon that I have right now. Her Pokemon are just simply too strong, which I think I would need to go back and just get some stronger Pokemon. Sadly, this is where I got stuck. I'm not sure if there would have been more to the game if I went into the Black Void or beat Jessie. Looking at the game files, I'm pretty sure I could have continued, since there's lots of unused stuff I haven't seen in the game yet. But the real reason why I'm stopping the video here is to let you play it yourself if you want to. After collecting all my footage and researching the video, I actually found the original creator. He runs a YouTube channel called Spirited Maker, which has the same signature as the game files, and actually in the logo of the game when you launch it, he has also added a ghost to his logo. He seems to be a really interesting YouTuber with tons of repair and DIY stuff that he makes. There is tons of videos over multiple years. 3 years ago, he actually uploaded a video giving all the original files and the uncompressed files to the game, and that's presumably his latest build. You should really check his channel out if this game is in any way nostalgic to you. I will link his video about the game and his channel / website in the comments below. The main purpose of this video is just to spread the message that this game is still downloadable from somewhere else than ModDB with Gorillion viruses. You're able to use it safely, unlike me, who downloaded it off of ModDB on some random exe installer package and was too lazy to make a VM. Before I end the video, here are some really OG images from the game files that he probably intended to use at some point in the game, but maybe never got around using them since, or maybe they are in the game but I just didn't play far enough during the video. I would suggest downloading the files and looking through them. There's tons of really classic references and interesting files, but I digress. I can make another video about the game, the Pokemon the game part 2, but for now the mystery is kind of broken, and I don't think it really makes sense. It just turned out to be a wholesome guy who just made a video game back in 2004 when he was in college, and nothing else. Looking at some of the screenshots from the files actually reveals that he made this game with I think that's Windows 98 or Windows ME. That's crazy. Almost before internet was in the really early stages of being adopted. And this guy was able to make a whole game engine by himself, basically, and just create this game, which is a really crazy feat. Let me know if you want to see another video talking about that one, or if you want to see a small walkthrough of the whole game. I can just play through and just do a small compilation of what happens in the game, but I think it's best experience when you play it yourself. Mostly this video is nostalgia bait, and not bait, but it's mostly just nostalgic, and I think only people who are gonna actually enjoy this game are the people who played it back in the early 2000s and really liked it or got scared of it or something else. I probably did both. I really liked it as a kid, but I just got really scared of it because it was just, I don't know, it just has an eerie feeling. I guess I was just I was just ahead of my time doing all the liminal space and ARG shit back in fucking 2009. I don't know. Anyway, it was a lot of fun making this video and finding out all these cool things that the guy who actually made it is a wholesome chungus. He's a wholesome chungus that just makes YouTube videos. Yippee. But yeah, have a good one, guys. Bye.